Rice, wheat, and corn don't just fill plates, they fill imaginations, myths, and rituals, playing roles that go far beyond nutrition. Each one has become a cultural symbol, almost like a national mascot dressed in grain form, carrying the hopes and values of entire civilizations. Rice, for example, is so deeply tied to prosperity in Asia that it has become a kind of edible good luck charm. People throw rice at weddings not because they want the couple to clean up a mess later, but because those tiny grains represent fertility, happiness, and a future overflowing with abundance. In many Asian languages, asking, "Have you eaten rice?" is the same as asking, "How are you?" As if rice is not just food, but the very definition of well being. Rice is basically the celebrity everyone wants in their lives: polite, elegant, and generous, always showing up at the party with enough to share with everyone. Wheat, on the other hand, is the great symbol of abundance in Europe and the Middle East. It's the grain that made bread the staff of life, a phrase that suggests without wheat, people would simply collapse like puppets with the strings cut. In paintings, wheat fields are shown as golden oceans of plenty, and harvest festivals often revolved around its arrival. Wheat has been celebrated in songs, art, and religious rituals for centuries, symbolizing not just food but the security that comes from a full granary. It's the diva of the cultural stage, basking in the glow of its golden stalks, reminding everyone that civilization itself rose on its shoulders. Wheat says, "You want abundance? Look at this baguette. Look at this pizza. Look at this giant pretzel." And honestly, who could argue with that? Corn symbolism, meanwhile, runs deeper into the roots of identity. For indigenous cultures across the Americas, maize isn't just central, it is sacred. Many creation stories describe humans as being fashioned out of corn dough, as if maize was the original 3D printer of humanity. Ceremonies, rituals, and entire calendars were built around the growing cycle of corn, tying it directly to the rhythms of life and death. Even today, corn is not just a food, but a living connection to heritage, culture, and spirituality. It has a warmth and inclusivity about it. Whether it's wrapped up in tamales for special gatherings or shared as tortillas at a family meal, corn embodies the idea of community. If rice is prosperity and wheat is abundance, corn is identity itself, the golden reminder that food is not only what you eat, but who you are. What makes all this so funny and uplifting is how the symbolism spills over into modern times. Rice still gets tossed at newlyweds, even though most couples probably think, "We'd rather you threw confetti." Wheat remains a staple of harvest imagery. Think Thanksgiving tables groaning under baskets of bread and pies. And corn, somehow, has gone mainstream to the point where it even stars in memes and jokes online, celebrated with corn festivals and songs that turn a humble ear of maize into a viral icon. These grains can't help but be symbolic. They've been around so long, shaping culture for millennia, that people instinctively tie their meanings to hope, joy, and togetherness. Together, rice, wheat, and corn form a trio of symbols that show just how much humans lean on food not only for survival but also for storytelling. Rice whispers promises of good fortune, wheat sings of plenty, and corn tells the story of belonging and creation. They're not just crops, they're cultural poets, making sure that every bowl, loaf, and tortilla carries with it a little extra meaning beyond taste. In their own way, they prove that food isn't just fuel, it's tradition, identity, and celebration. And perhaps the most positive part is that these grains keep reminding us that, no matter how different our cultures are, we all find ways to see food as something sacred, joyful, and worth sharing.